Personal Training Unlocked. I am your host, Matt Mangle. Today's topic is dynamic stretching. Now, when you hear stretching, we think of many things, and what most of us think about is that, holding our hamstring stretch, holding our triceps stretch, just kind of getting a low back stretch. Okay, we're thinking of a static stretching, okay? Static stretching is when you hold a position of a muscle area in stretch, not into pain, but in stretch for 30 seconds or more to allow for basically preservation of range of motion. Supposed to be good for a warm-up, to get us ready for an activity. However, dynamic stretching is using that muscle in a stretch, or a muscle area in a stretch, through its range of motion and through its joint. That's going to get you more from A to B to C, C being exercise, A being your work position for 7 hours, B is your dynamic stretching, and C is your activity. Dynamic stretching is more adequate for fitting into a time frame or a tight time window, which, hey, nowadays our windows of time are very tight. We're doing many things, trying to wear many more hats. We got this whole pandemic thing still going on after about a year now. We're trying to find a way to get some semblance of our own healthy physical routine back so that we can also preserve our mental health, okay? Physical health and doing things that are good for our body is going to translate to helping this, okay? And that's something we need to start to focus on more now that we're kind of getting vaccinated slowly, where kids are starting to get back hybrid model to school. We're getting there. We're not there yet. We still have to do our masks and do our social distancing and all that stuff. But let's start to fight to preserve and get a better level of our physical fitness back so that we can do other things and feel better, not just be working all day and dealing with the kids. So dynamic stretching, working a muscle area and stretch through its full range of motion through a joint is going to get better blood flow to the muscle group, going to get you better, ready for activity, without going from static stretch, boom, to activity, okay? If I'm going to go out and play tennis, and I'm doing these guys for like 30 seconds or a minute each, 3 times, and then I'm doing these guys, and I'm doing the hamstring stretch, and I'm going through everything. It's going to take 30 minutes or more, and we don't have that time. So what's going to happen? We're going to go, you know what, the hell with it. We're going to get out there, we're going to play, and we're going to risk injury. Okay, dynamic stretching. More intense for the muscle, tighter window of time. Today I'm going to show you 3 dynamic stretches, mainly focused on lower body, but you'll notice there is an upper body component to each. So you will get total body. Better than nothing, great for in a pinch, do these before any activity, okay? So, without further ado, dynamic stretch 1 today. I call it the inchworm. You'll see why. It's basically a traveling high plank. Focus is hiking in our lower body, keeping the back of the legs and everything fairly stiff, keeping the knees stiff, working through our ankles, working through our hips. We're going to go from a high plank to lower body position. Going to go high plank position. We're going to inch the legs in as we hike the hips up. Okay? Once we get to the max hamstring stretch of the hip, the feet being under us and our hips being up, we walk the hands back out to parallel, and then we walk the feet back in again. We'll do 4 to 6 of these guys. You could do 10, but just do enough to get blood flow going where you feel activity and work of the legs. So I'm going to start over here. All right, so high plank position, body parallel. I'm going to hike my feet in, get that good hamstring calf stretch. Walk back out to parallel. Hike my feet in again, good stretch. Walk back out, and so on. Dynamic stretch 1. Dynamic stretch 2. Let's get a lateral. Now, I think we're going to be doing a lateral shuffle, all right? Or we're going to get kind of a low center of gravity here. Someone's going to take us down. Hey, you always want to have good enough balance and good core strength to be ready for that double leg takedown, all right? Anyway, so we're going to be here, parallel feet, not toes out to the side. And what we're going to do is a little bend of the knees. We're going to activate the lower body using the upper body as well, though, so watch carefully. So I'm going to shift all the way to my right. I'm going to sit into the side, focusing, digging that heel in, keeping the knee straight ahead, feeling the glute muscles and the outer quads happening. This leg is straight. Inside groin stretch here, okay? hip adductor stretch. I'm going to reach my arms out over top my bent leg. Come back to center, arms at your side. Shift over. Same idea, other side. Okay, you're going to pause for a second or two at the end of each. You go for 10 each. Okay? It's not rocket science, but it really gets things going. All right? So, that's dynamic stretch 2. Dynamic stretch 3. We're going to get a straddle. Now, when you think of straddle, we think here. Okay, we're going to get a front to back straddle or a sagittal straddle. Sounds like a band name. Anyway, going to get our low one knee kneeling position here. I'm going to put my right hand next to my inside left ankle. Sorry. And then left hand on the outside of my left ankle. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant my hands, bring this back leg up. All right, and then my left arm with my right hand planted into the floor. Going to get a rotational stretch to where I can. Come down and touch the floor again. And repeat. I'm going to do 5 to 10 on one side. Plant that outside hand now. And then 5 to 10 inside. So for a different vantage point, okay, right now I have my left foot forward, my right foot back. Plant the hands. Outside arm. 5 to 10 times. Inside arm, 5 to 10 times. If we're having trouble reaching the floor, which could happen, that means you're too tight up in the hamstrings and glutes, which over time will work itself out. Take a yoga brick, take a pillow that's maybe about 6 inches, 8 inches off, or thickness off the ground. Put that on the inside, put the hand down on that. Get that movement, switch it, put it down here. Get that movement, okay? Or keep the back knee down, all right? Try your version, ultimately working our way up to just the front foot planted. 5 to 10 each. Switch legs, inside, 5 to 10 each again. Hand, outside hand, 5 to 10 each again. So that's more of a rotational movement. A lot of internal hip work, a lot of shoulder work, a lot of oblique muscles, low back muscle work. You'll feel some stuff in the chest stretch as well. So, dynamic stretching, part 1 today. 3 movements. Inchworms, maybe 5 to 7, 5 to 10. Side to side shifts with the arms out in front, 10 each. And then your straddle, hands planted, rotational guys, 10 one side, 10 the other side, switch feet, 10 one side, 10 the other side. Hey, let's get this thing going. Let's get this ball rolling in a positive direction. Let's make it downhill from here in a good way. So, this has been another installment of Personal Training Unlocked. Please follow us. Please look me up at Mangle Strength on Facebook. It's at MattMangle13 on Instagram. ptunlocked@gmail.com. That's ptunlocked@gmail.com. Send comments, feedback, questions so we can populate this channel with more stuff that pertains to what you want. And also, please go to YouTube, search for Personal Training Unlocked. We need to get the subscriptions up so that we can get Personal Training Unlocked after the slash. All right, please sign in. Please look for us. Please comment. Please share us. And click the bell if you want notifications of other videos as they come up. My goal is to put a couple up a week. Obviously, we've been a little busy with the holidays and whatnot, but we're going to be chipping away. So this video particularly was brought up in my mind by listener or subscriber Hal, who had a question regarding coming back from a running injury in his 60s. So you ask questions, it stimulates this thing called my brain here. So please send feedback, give me some comments, questions, and I look forward to seeing you here, right back here, Personal Training Unlocked on YouTube. Keep on living.